Okay, so this video contains 3 journal videos from the start of my second month of brain retraining in April of 2022. These are the last videos that I created along my brain retraining journey up until the 6-month mark. I made one more at 6 months, which I will share next week. And wow, am I grateful for having these videos. These videos that you're going to see now, all 3 of them are 3 days in a row, and yet they are very different, as I'll explain along the way. The last one represents what I felt like was a setback at the time, but it was such a pivotal moment. The hair in that video expresses how I was on the inside. And that was a day, that was a morning that represented all the mornings prior to brain retraining. And acknowledging the growth that I have felt along the way in the weeks prior to that particular day, and the understanding that I was acquiring along the way, and the tools, the power of tools, and understanding the power of thought was so huge. So what may have felt for a little while like a setback, it may look like a setback, really wasn't. It was a period of growth, and that happens along this journey. Sometimes it's a day, sometimes it's a few days, sometimes it's a week or more. But recognizing it for what it is and knowing that there's light on the other side of that as long as we keep on going is powerful, very powerful. So this first video is a little hard for me to watch. And if you are wondering, was she on medication? No, I was not. I think what was going on was elevated cortisol. It was morning, and I gradually recognized the difference in my mornings, that I did have a much higher level of cortisol in my body that sped up my speech and my mannerisms, and it gradually slowed down, but it just represented where I was at the time. All right, so today is Wednesday, April 5th. Oops, I was a little off when I recorded that. It was actually Wednesday, April 6th. Not a big deal. So let's move on. Yep, I'm a month in. I'm feeling good this morning. I'm learning how to use music to redirect my thinking when it's necessary, and to lift me, to be more conscious of creating lifting behaviors is powerful. It really is powerful. So because these tools were so powerful and are powerful, I also made some videos of how I use various tools to elevate my mood and redirect thought. And I put them in a playlist, and that link is in the description of this video. And of course, how I used music is the first one. Having a pop before would go down another direction. And so now I take my music app on my phone, and I only have currently 3 stations. I have one, it's actually labeled happy music, just happy music. And the nice thing is if it's not one that suits me, then I just press next button. And this morning I was getting ready to go out, I was drying my hair, and after the hair dryer part, fixing my hair, because I can't hear the music when the hair dryer is growing, right? So I was fixing my hair and putting on just a little bit of makeup, getting ready to go out. I had that music on, and I was just jamming out. Oh my gosh, it's getting my exercise, my physical and my emotional exercise all in one. So it's pretty cool. Oh my goodness, just watching myself and listening to myself has me needing to play some spa music. You know, this is a journey, and it's not something, it's not a quick turnover. And it's, the whole vision is complete life changing, and that takes time, and I'm enjoying the process. So anyway, just thought I'd share. Till next time. Okay, now it's time to slow the speed down a little bit with this next video. This is Thursday, April 7th, and I'm just thinking about all my gratitude for building this toolbox that I now have that started with DNRS, the Dynamic Neural Retraining System. This morning I woke up, and instead of laying in bed and watching TV and checking through my phone, I decided, you know what, bed is for sleeping. I'm going to get out of bed and do the things that I need to do for my day out of bed. I just got into my comfy zone, and it's, I made an intentional decision, and that's my new tool, being intentional with the things that I do. So each of our journeys are different. We have aha moments on different days in different ways. This video represents the acknowledgement of choice. My emotional brain had been directing my life, that I have choice. I have a say in how my day is going to go, and I can redirect it. That's powerful. Just got done folding some laundry, having my happy station on and dancing while I'm folding it, being intentional. It's a great tool, and I love it. Have a good day. And now for the video that I hesitated sharing, but here it is. All right, good morning. This is how I look when I wake up in the morning. Well, the hair is crazy. That's okay. And honestly, well, I got used to waking up pretty crazy looking in the morning. I really don't think I look that wild in the morning anymore. It's still not my strongest part of the day, but not that crazy. This is Friday, April 8th, and I recorded something yesterday. I was feeling really good about myself, realizing just the power in being intentional with the things that we do, things that I do, being really making choices, conscious choices. And this morning I got up, this might be a pop for some, but sleep is an issue for me. And I woke up this morning and I didn't want to get out of bed. I thought, you know what, it was a struggle. So I am so grateful for having these 3 days in a row recorded. It reminds me of the fluctuations in the day-to-day and within a day, honestly, which was much greater at the beginning of my brain retraining journey. Days still fluctuate because guess what? It's a brain retrainer or not. We're human and our days fluctuate, but recognizing that it's a lot smoother, especially with the use of tools that we acquire along the way. So, and I sleep a lot better. Yeah, it's good to have this look back on the journey. Let's keep going. And I didn't. And yeah, I tend to beat myself up, but you know what? I kept on going. I watched a couple inspirational videos, and then I said, all right, I'm getting up. And then, you know, we get this in our head. We go through these pops, and it's like, but I don't want to. And, you know, this is where I want to stay. And this is such a reminder of how my morning started so often. Yeah, the struggle was real. Getting out of bed in the morning was a struggle. I'm still not one to just jump out of bed in the morning, but the difference is in my morning thoughts. It's a huge difference. Whereas before, they'd start out with, you know, rumination, memories, not the good ones. Yeah, the thoughts. The thoughts direct our day. They do. We can choose our morning thoughts. And now I look towards the day with more joy and direction. And when I'm not in a good place to start the day, I have the tools to redirect it. Yeah, it's a lot different. That's what I would always do before. It's like it's a comfort place to be in that place, in that place. And this is where I'm comfortable, and this is where I want to stay. I mean, nobody really wants to, but that's where I don't want to make an effort to get out of that. And so, yeah, it's hard to say. It's difficult to say, but the desire to change wasn't there. And a lot of that, if not 99.9% of it, was not knowing how. Of course, I wanted to be happy and I wanted to be healthy, but we get into our comfy zones. Sometimes feeling miserable is our comfort, because moving away from that can be scary, for many different reasons. Allowing that hope in can be scary because our brain wants to tell us that maybe it won't work. And yeah, that morning was a great reminder of that state that I found comfort in. I made a conscious choice this morning. I'm making my breakfast, and I'm still like, no, I don't want to. But I thought, all right, I'm going to turn on my happy station. I cannot state this enough. There is power in tools. Just starting with one single tool, giving that self-empowerment, that redirection, that telling oneself, I can do this, I can make change, and having those sparks, those little tiny sparks of light along the way, just telling yourself, I want more of that. I want more light in my life. Yeah, it's powerful. I'm going to make it happen. And so I did, and like, I really am not feeling it, but I kept it going. And then I'd hear a song, and it's like, yeah, here we are. Okay. And then this song, I'm still standing after all these years. And yes, I'm still standing. And I plan on rooting those feet deeply into the ground and standing stall, not a horse, standing tall, standing straight, standing firm, and standing strong. I'm still standing, and I plan on just, even when it feels like it's not going to happen today, got to work harder to make it happen. And it can. I just have to work a little harder at being intentional. And it feels much better to be that way. Working it through, building up those, I'm picturing those bright sunshine and happiness synapses just bursting. All right, I'm done with my breakfast. Time to jump in the shower. Have a good day. And here we are 4 years later, and yes, I'm still standing, even stronger. I am so grateful for this journey. I started brain retraining for one reason, and as I can tell by looking back on my videos, I gained so much more. So much more. Yes, I am much stronger in many ways, and so very, very grateful. This was the last journal video I made until the 6-month mark. And I'll share that one next week. I won't wait 6 months. I'll share it next week. Until then, have a good day.